So great question, and one I haven't talked about in a while is how I got into 3D designing in the first place. Basically, my foundation and like what I grew up doing is 2D art and illustration. I did freelance off and on for 10, 15 years. A lot of book illustration, pet portraiture, animal wildlife illustration, concept art, whatever have you, right? Whatever I could get. And then I ended up actually injuring my wrist. And so I transitioned into dog training for a while. And then my chronic illnesses got worse and I was unable to physically and mentally do dog training anymore. And my husband has been doing 3D printing for like 10 years at this point, since college. And he had his own 3D printer and had always been into it and designed a little bit. And basically I was kind of taking a medical leave break from my dog training business, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and doing a little bit of art again to help my mental health and learning tools and things that were easier on my wrist than what I'd previously used. And really like on a whim, my husband had printed me one of those like Magaibir dragons, like the Imperial dragons, I think they're called. And I was like, I love these. But like, I don't see any dragons out here that are like my style, how I picture dragons, more kind of like the Western medieval kind of style. And so I want to make one. At this point, I had a web comic and some original characters that I wanted to turn into models. So I spent like 3 months making Eros into a model, my first flexi model. As you can tell, my style has developed a lot since making him, but he was my very first. And really, once I finished him, I was like, I love this. Like, it's such a different experience, like 3D modeling something and then being able to print it out and hold it in your hands. And I thought it was just the most fun. My husband helped me a little bit with some of the basic mechanics on this guy when I was starting out, and then I found Nomad Sculpt, which I still use, and just kind of jumped in with my previous, 2D art illustration experience and just started playing around and trying to get all the right shapes and things I wanted for this guy to bring my little character to life. So that's it. That's how I got started. And then once I got this guy done, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And again, my husband's been in this 3D printing space for a long time. So he was like, like, you could do this. Like, you could be really, really good at this and make really awesome stuff. And there's a lot of room in the 3D printing space right now for new, great, unique modelers. And I was like, really? So I just kind of jumped in and ran with it. And that's how I got started. That was November 2022, I think, was when I did this guy. So it's been a couple of years now, and we're writing it and having a blast. I'm so thankful for everyone's support, and I'm just having the time of my life getting to create, these little creatures and like fun creatures and decor and stuff that I love and make me happy and make y'all happy. So that's basically it. I just done art my whole life and picked up a new medium on a whim thanks to the help of my husband and his knowledge, and just ran with it and just full send. And it has worked out great. So that is it. That's how I got here. And so thanks for asking. Hopefully this is informative or at least interesting. And I will talk to y'all later and hope y'all have a good one. Bye.